I believe this baby is dead because of Colorado Parks and Wildlife, specifically because of DWM Philip Garulu and Sarah Watson. We are provisionally licensed for medium mammals, meaning we are still in training. Last year, we kept the raccoons inside a lot longer and we didn't have any issues. However, with the harassment from other rehabbers earlier this year came complaints on how our babies should have been outside already. Trying to appease these other rehabbers, I moved everyone outside and then we had some raccoons escape. Of course, I rounded everybody back up, put them back inside, and then I wrapped the outdoor enclosure with a second layer of smaller wire. I put everyone back outside, and days had passed with no one else escaping, so I figured that it was fine. When Colorado Parks and Wildlife came to do their raid, they brought over 10 officers, and they started with grabbing the foxes. Animals were screaming, there was more people than have ever been back here, and it was at that point that I believe the two youngest babies squeezed out. However, they were right next to the enclosure and would have been easy to catch. But Colorado Parks and Wildlife left them here. Only they didn't tell us. They didn't tell us that the two youngest baby raccoons were still here. They didn't try to make any kind of plan to trap them or catch them or get them to a different rehabber or anything. It was 9 days later when Philip showed back up again that we even found out the babies were still back there. 9 days they sat back there wondering why they were being neglected. 9 days without care, food, or water for the two tiniest bottle baby raccoons. When he told me that, I felt like my brain just fried. I couldn't even say anything because I just wanted them to leave so I could go see if the babies were still alive. They were traumatized and hiding in one of our sheds. I had been calling around but couldn't find someone with capacity for two, and then the rains came. There was a storm drain directly behind our property, and I believe that one of the babies fell in. This one specifically got swept away and drowned. The other baby sat crying for hours, and that was when I was finally able to catch Rocket, the one crying. Knowing we could face further consequences, I rescued him anyway. Go ahead and charge me with another violation, CPW. I don't care. I called rehabber after rehabber, and thank goodness I found placement. I drove over 4 hours in my broken car so that I could get the remaining baby placement with a licensed rehabber with other baby raccoons to grow up with. Something that CPW should have done when they chose to raid our facility and take our license. They should have made sure that the animals went somewhere safe.